Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, a new plowing proposal. City councillors pitching a new plan to clear snow in Edmonton. Procedures paused. A man fed up after his heart surgery was cancelled twice in as many months. And meeting McDavid, why the Oilers captain is visiting a school in Edmonton.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Two Edmonton City councillors plan to propose changes to the way snow is cleared in our city. The mayor says changes are needed. The question, though, is how much Edmontonians want to pay and where the money will come from. CTV's Connor Hogg is at Edmonton City Hall, where two motions from two councillors are on the docket. So, Connor, what's the mood like regarding snow removal at City Hall?
Matt, Mayor Andrew Knack says it's clear from the public's response to this year's snow removal efforts that people aren't happy. Councillors Aaron Paquette and John Morgan both have motions related to snow clearing on the schedule. Paquette says removing windrows from every neighbourhood in the city would amount to a 2% tax implication. Mayor Knack says he wants to hear from Edmontonians about how much they want to spend and what they're willing to forego to make it happen.
Whether they want to pay more or see another service that is a lower priority be redistributed to somewhere else, that I think is part of what needs to happen throughout 2026.
Do you want it on your tax rate? Do you want us to increase costs of service deliveries, so for example rec center fees and things like that, or do you want to take it from another area of service delivery like from parks or potholes?
Council has not gotten to either motion today. They were currently in a private meeting that just ended. Knack says he will attend consultations in each ward with each councillor this summer. He wants opinions on whether the city should budget for an above-average snowfall each year, as well as the potential return of calcium chloride on city streets to melt ice. Both Paquette's and Morgan's motions remain on the schedule. Matt?
All right, CTV's Connor Hogg live at City Hall tonight. Thank you. The man killed in a crash on the Henday yesterday was a security screener at the Edmonton International Airport. The Canadian Airport Workers Union says Ahmed Ali had worked at EIA since 2023. They say he was respected for his kindness, professionalism, and will be remembered for his compassion. The union has started a GoFundMe page to support Ali's family. Ali's car broke down on the Henday yesterday morning. Police say it was hit from behind by a pickup truck traveling at highway speed. 27-year-old Ali died there. 3 teenagers and a 12-year-old are facing charges following a fire at a school and vandalism at a church. Police say last October, fires were set on the sidewalk, dumpster, and areas of the field at St. Elizabeth Seton School. It caused about $1,000 in damage. Police say the next day, someone smashed windows and spray painted St. Clair Catholic Church. Police say the church was hit by vandals again 2 days later. Police say there was almost $200,000 in damage done to the building. 3 teenage boys are now facing a number of charges, including arson. A 12-year-old boy is facing a mischief charge in connection to the second church. A second-degree murder trial for the deaths of 2 workers in Chinatown got back on track today. Justin Bone fired his lawyer yesterday. He was then yelling so loudly in the holding cells it disrupted a trial in a different courtroom. Today, the defense told the court they had worked out their differences. Bone told the court he has the right to a fair trial and it was unfair he was removed. He also said reports he told the sheriffs he wanted to fight were untrue. The trial resumed with 1 witness, an Edmonton police officer who was there when Bone was arrested and who processed him at the cells at the police station. One of the men convicted of mischief and firearms violations at the Coots border protest is being released from prison. Anthony Olenek was sentenced in 2024 alongside Chris Carbert for their roles in the protests that blocked traffic at the Canada-U.S. border in 2022. RCMP say they found guns, ammunition, and body armor stashed inside trailers. They were each sentenced to 6.5 years. Olenek's lawyer told the Canadian press his conviction appeal has been argued and is on reserve. He's released until the sentencing hearing is decided. Olenek has been in jail since he was arrested in February of 2022. Carbert was freed on bail pending the results of his appeal last June. A popular greenhouse in Sherwood Park says it will have to pass on additional costs to customers once the county gets rid of its water filling station. Strathcona County is planning to close the site in the middle of Sherwood Park. To account for the closure, it will make upgrades to the station east of town and build a new station to the south. The southern water filling station will only be for residential use. This means businesses like Salisbury Greenhouse will pay more to have water delivered from further away.
For the county to kind of make a move that's going to squeeze us even more and take away the margins that we are eking out, that matters. That matters to us as a business, and that matters to people, to consumers in their homes.
Strathcona County's mayor says while the solution may not address every concern, it provides the best balance for homeowners and businesses. He says it also supports the long-term sustainability of the bulk water system. The changes are expected to take place in 2029. An Edmonton towing company is closing after more than 7 decades in business. Cliffs Towing announced its closure online this week, thanking customers for 70 years of support. The notice says anyone with an impounded vehicle should call or visit their Southeast Edmonton yard. Impound fees will still apply. CTV News has reached out to the company for more information. We have not heard back yet. Cliffs Towing is owned by Tap Connect, an Edmonton transportation company, which also oversees Greater Edmonton Taxi Service, Prestige Limousine, and J&P Auto. The Edmonton Oilers made NHL history not once but twice during last night's game.
6-5 overtime win here Saturday night.
Defenseman Matthias Ekholm's first hat-trick of his 14-year career was completed on that empty netter. It capped off a 7-4 win over the Anaheim Ducks. The Oilers are the first team to have a defenseman score a hat-trick in consecutive games. Evan Bouchard also scored 3 goals against the Washington Capitals during their previous game on Saturday night. The Oilers also broke the record for the fastest 4 goals scored by defensemen. Ekholm, Darnell Nurse, and Spencer Stastny scored in a span of 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Oilers captain Connor McDavid made a special visit to a school in Edmonton this afternoon. Allendale School won a draw through the Ben Stelter Foundation. This year, 50 schools in the Edmonton area raised money for the charity to help cancer patients. The charity honors 6-year-old Oilers superfan Ben Stelter, who died from brain cancer in 2022. Every school that participated had a chance to win a Q&A with McDavid, with their odds increasing the more money they raised.
You know, kids helping kids, it's a special thing. You know, what's the one thing I hope that they take away? I just hope it's the power of community, you know, and what you know, together we can all do for each other to help one another. You know, and I think that Ben would be proud of that.
This year, the schools raised $285,000. This fundraiser has raised more than $400,000 since it started in 2023. The efforts through the Ben Stelter Foundation, Josh, always warm my heart, and thankfully, the forecast warming our bodies as well this week.
Yeah, we're going to be above 0 here before long. I think tomorrow will probably be a degree or 2 cooler than today. We're at -2 in downtown Edmonton today. By Thursday, should be a degree or 2 above 0, though. Look outside the city. It is a little cooler. -5 at YG Airport. -7 to Mayo. Oh, we've just dropped to -4 now in downtown Edmonton. But a couple hours ago, we hit 0 for a daytime high today. So that's a couple of degrees warmer than we had expected, and as a result, as you'll see later in the newscast, I've bumped my forecast daytime highs up a little bit in the coming days. We started the day at -12, so pretty close to average, but 5 degrees above average for your daytime high this afternoon. Here's what it looks like outside right now with the CTV drone. Lots of sunshine earlier this afternoon, but cloud cover is starting to increase right now. You can see just a little sliver of sun getting set to set on the horizon. Sunset now at about 5:08 p.m. You'll see the cloud cover rolling its way in from the west now, and we'll stay stuck under that cloud through the rest of tonight and through most of the day tomorrow. Doesn't look like any really significant precipitation headed towards the Edmonton area. We will see some snow, though, in northern Alberta tomorrow. There's a slight chance for maybe a couple scattered flurries in the Edmonton region, maybe even a little bit of patchy rain-snow mix Look at these warm temperatures rolling in, though. -10 by midnight and then -8 tomorrow morning. On our way to a high of about -1 or -2. Daytime highs should be a handful of degrees above zero by the weekend. We'll take a look at that in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks very much. Coming up next on CTV News, a man from Edmonton wants the province to step up for health care after his heart procedure was postponed twice because of staffing issues.
They're going to be doing this invasive procedure on you, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're just kidding, sorry.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A local man is fed up after his heart surgery was canceled twice in as many months. The most recent cancellation happened after he had already been admitted to hospital, was prepped for surgery, and was waiting in a hospital gown. CTV's Nicole Weisberg has his story.
You mentally prepare, you get yourself used to the idea that you're going to go in there, they're going to be doing this invasive procedure on you, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're just kidding, sorry.
It's something Kim Pearson has had to go through twice now. He has a growing aortic aneurysm and was told in November he needed open heart surgery. It was scheduled for December 4th.
They called me on December 3rd. This I thought was going to be the arrival time for the next day. They actually postponed the surgery due to lack of beds.
Something he was warned could happen. A November email from a hospital administrator states postponements have unfortunately become more frequent, explaining emergencies and transplants can change the schedule. As well, it said the hospital has been dealing with a shortage of heart and lung machine operators. Earlier this month, Pearson was told his surgery had been rescheduled for last week. He again began to prepare.
So there's 3 gentlemen at work that are covering my position while I'm away and recovering. My wife has to arrange for time off.
He says he was admitted to the hospital Wednesday, went through surgery prep, and was waiting in a gown when the surgical coordinator came in and told him due to a lack of staffing, the surgery had to be called off.
At first I thought it was a feeble attempt at humor. I thought they were just kidding, and then I realized that they were serious. And I was irate, actually. I had to bite my tongue walking out of there.
Pearson is sharing his experience to urge the government to step up.
Something needs to change. I mean, they keep promising change, but we never see any.
The Ministry of Hospital and Surgical Health Services says it cannot comment on individual cases, but it utilizes all other options before procedures are postponed. It says, as of Monday, a total of 9 non-emergent surgeries had been rescheduled across Alberta due to capacity pressures. Acute Care Alberta says from time to time, surgeries may need to be postponed due to unexpected gaps in clinical resources, including sudden illness. Both the ministry and health agency acknowledged the inconvenience.
You're shoveling snow and you're doing all the physical activity, and you never know what's going to cause this thing to rupture.
Pearson's surgery has been rebooked again in 2 weeks' time.
Hopefully the third time's a charm.
Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A petition against coal mining in the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains has been approved. Alberta's chief electoral officer says Corb Lund's application meets the legislative requirements. The Alberta musician needs to appoint a chief financial officer. Following that, Elections Alberta will lay out how many signatures need to be collected along with the deadline. Crime Stoppers has launched a campaign aimed at curbing illegal tobacco sales in Alberta. The Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis Commission says in the last 5 years it has seen a significant rise in contraband tobacco. It's led to a drop of more than $500 million in tobacco tax revenue. The Crime Stoppers campaign outlines the negative impacts of buying, selling, and smoking illegal tobacco. Mounties are offering a $2,000 reward for tips resulting in an arrest.
It's usually about people, knowing about people, and quite often it can be soured business partners out in the field, and they have their own reasons why they want to call in a tip or a report. It could be a competitor for their illicit trade and the things that they want to do.
The AGLC says it's also hoping to generate tips about businesses that may be selling illicit tobacco. Still to come tonight on CTV News, an Alberta county pushing to keep a research centre open that employs dozens of people.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Josh, I can tell it's warming up around here because every day it takes a little less time to warm my car up in the morning on the way into work.
Yeah,
it's a great thing.
Vehicles are very happy with the overnight lows. So is everybody else. Warmest day since?
Oh, I don't have an answer for that.
It feels like it's been a long time, doesn't it? Last Tuesday, a week ago, it was 0. So this was actually...
Shoot, I was thinking Wednesday.
This was actually not really all that long of a cold spell there. But we did close last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in the mid-minus teens for daytime highs. We'll see morning lows warmer than that in the coming days, and we will close out the month with a string of reds on the temperature calendar as we'll be above average, it looks like now, through the rest of this month and through the first week of February. 9th or 10th of February, we might see some colder air roll in. But until then, looks nice and mild. There's the shot from the River Valley Skycam. It's brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Mostly cloudy skies right now, and that'll be the case for the rest of this evening. We've slipped to -4 after that high of 0 earlier this afternoon. It's -17 in Fort McMurray, -14 in Cold Lake. So still some chilly temperatures there in east central and northeastern Alberta. You'll see a gradual warm up here in the coming days. Jasper, above 0, up to +1 currently. We do have a little bit of snow starting to move into parts of western and northwestern Alberta. There's also some warm air moving in with this upper ridge that's coming through. Watch how the Arctic air just takes off. Nice and mild there from Edmonton off to the west in the coming days. By Thursday, we should be a degree or 2 above 0. Pretty similar temperatures on Friday. And then look at that just completely take over the province on Saturday. So I think we're up to about 5, maybe 6 degrees for a daytime high Saturday here in the city. You get a little bit of snow that'll make its way across northern parts of the province overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. So target northwestern corner of the province in the morning hours and then move off into the northeast through the afternoon. Around the Edmonton region, you notice there's no big system that's going to go through and give us significant amounts of precipitation, but there might be a couple spotty little patches of some wet snow or maybe even a little bit of a rain-snow mix. A couple areas might see some really isolated freezing drizzle or freezing rain. So we'll keep an eye on that for midday tomorrow. I don't think it's a huge risk for the Edmonton area. This snow gets going a little bit more once it's east of the Edmonton area. And so from Vegreville, Lloydminster, all the way north, you get a chance of some flurries or some light snow into tomorrow evening. As for tonight, though, just mostly cloudy skies. -10 in Edmonton overnight, -19 in Fort McMurray. It's not much cooler than you are right now. -11 in Grand Prairie, -12 in Red Deer. You get back into that -8 to -10 range across the northeast. Edson up to +1 tomorrow. A degree or 2 above 0 in Jasper. Red Deer around -2 and about -9 or -10 in the Lloydminster area. We'll slip a degree or 2 from today. 0 today, -1 or -2 tomorrow. Then a degree or 2 above 0 for Thursday, Friday with a little more sunshine. 5 degrees Saturday. And if you look at the long-range forecast, there are more 5-ish daytime highs all of next week.
Bravo, Josh. Thank you. More than 100 workers in Lacombe County could be out of a job with a federal agricultural research center closing. Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada is closing 3 research stations across the country, including one in Alberta. The government says wind-down operations could take up to a year. Lacombe County's Reeve worries producers will be left with fewer trusted sources of information.
They have a 120-year history of data and trials, and it's just, you know, it's inconceivable that data would be thrown away.
Lacombe County says it will lobby Ottawa to keep the research station opened. Stats Canada projects Alberta could have the 3rd largest population of any province in the next 25 years. Under a medium growth range, Stats Can estimates the Canadian population could top 57 million people by 2075. The agency says higher growth provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba are likely to see their demographic weight in the country increase. Right now, the provinces with the highest populations are Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia. When we return, going green, Northwest College transforms a classroom into a greenhouse.
You could learn more hands-on experience with hydroponics, growing fresh food.
When Wednesday on your morning. Can artificial intelligence have a role in our mental health, and what are its limits? Plus, local research shows potential benefits of breathing exercises on chronic health conditions. Your morning.
Coming up on CTV News at 6, Alberta's Chief Justices make a rare public statement after the Premier made comments on her radio show about directing judges. And an Oilers superfan known as McMullet was honored by the team for catching 200 straight games. An impressive feat considering how far he drives for each game. Those stories and more on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. Neo and Akon will be performing at Rogers Place later this year. Edmonton is one of 57 cities the pair is performing in for their Nights Like This tour. Tickets for the June 19th show go on sale Friday. It's a show that's sure to be nostalgic for longtime fans. That'll include slow jams and club anthems. Both Grammy winners are known for hits like Miss Independent, Smack That, and Lonely. A new Norquest College program meant to help people deal with food insecurity is already at capacity. CTV's Merrick DeCash reports from the classroom turned hydroponic greenhouse.
This is the inside of a greenhouse run by Norquest College. For the week, it's home to dozens of students enrolled in a new program for people with or without a green thumb.
It is a 4-month program that's divided into both online learning and in-person practicum application. So this is the in-person part that you're observing today.
Tashia Cusance is one of the students enrolled in the new program. She started in November.
Majority of it was at home online, and now we're at the end part of it, so we're doing a week with hands-on training with the hydroponic systems.
Cusance got into growing plants during the COVID pandemic. Now she sells and grows rare plants out of her own home.
When I seen this program, I really was excited about it because I could learn more hands-on experience with hydroponics, growing fresh food, and just really getting that hands-on experience.
Hands-on experience that 70 students are receiving, putting the program at full capacity.
What makes this program so wonderful is that it's really accessible. There is no need for any prerequisites for you to get into the program. It is short-term, so it appeals to a lot of people.
During the 4-month program, students learn about plant care, greenhouse technology, and business decision-making. A skill hundreds of more people will be able to have thanks to Norquest College. Merrick DeCash, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.